This video is going to be a look at some of the film of Jadeveon Clowney and Kyle Van Noy from the Ravens' 24-16 win over the Titans. Those two guys are just a revelation. I did a film study video on them a week ago. Thank God we have them, first of all. Second of all, they really, to me, kind of turned up the heat as the game went on. In the case of Kyle Van Noy, he just does so many things well. Pass rush moves, spin moves to the inside, deflecting passes on blitzes or being when he's being utilized in a tandem blitz with Patrick Queen or someone else. Jadeveon Clowney, the aggressiveness, just playing downhill. A number of our moves that were successful against the Titans were inside moves, at least for these two guys. I'm going to show you, I think, 11 plays from yesterday's win. And the first one's actually not going to include either one of those guys, but I want to just illustrate how clutch their play was in the fourth quarter by showing you who was not available at the time the Titans are on our 1 yard line, potentially able to score a touchdown and then onside kick it with a chance to win the game if they're able to get that onside kick. So let's look at some of the film here. This first one is going to be the Titans' first possession, and neither Kyle Hamilton nor Marcus Williams is able to finish the game. Now, neither Van Noy or Clowney is actually on the field here, but my point in showing this to you is multiple guys played well. This is a team effort on defense, but these are two guys, Van Noy and Clowney, who are offering us a specific skill set that nobody else we have on our roster right now offers. I think Malik Harrison's playing incredibly well. I really like Tavius Robinson. Having said that, neither one of those guys offers us the complete package that Clowney and Van Noy offer. Who expected Clowney to be this good against the pass? I think most people said, oh, he's going to be really good against the run, but not against the pass. Let's get to the specific film of these two guys. Watch Van Noy stand. This is stood up. This is standing up. Now Madubuike gets credit for the tackle, but this play, if you ask me, is made because Van Noy is standing this guy up, creating a quick edge. I'll show you the end zone angle here in a moment. Creating a quick edge so Henry doesn't have anything to do except cut this downhill. Cool, interesting thing that we're doing. Marlon Humphrey's actually folding outside for the bounce. So it's almost like we're saying, okay, go ahead and bounce it, and we'll use one of our better tacklers out here, chasing it down from the backside. I mean, everyone is converging here on Derrick Henry. Nowhere for him to go. Madubuike is the first guy. Let's get to the end zone angle. You can check out what Van Noy did. He's a physical, smart football player who just showed up as a complete package for our team. I just love the lockout there. I'm going to play that back repeatedly. Him just standing the tight end up. Nope, the edge is here now. And all the other guys can play from the inside out and then pursue from the backside. Makes a wondrous mess of everything. I think it's a 2-yard gain. Again, that was in the first quarter. Early second quarter, this is going to be an incomplete pass to DeAndre Hopkins down at the bottom side. Van Noy down here. He's done this, I think, 3 times already in his time with the Ravens. I know he did this in his first game, which I think was against the Browns. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is a stunt that we utilized often, a simple stunt in terms of the D-tackle going upfield. I think it's Pierce, and he's such a load that he's able to, basically put people on the train tracks, and then Van Noy trying to fold inside. They picked this up, they being the Titans. But when we do this consistently during the game, this sets up inside moves for Van Noy and Clowney later. It's kind of like, think of it like, let me show you my hand, let me show you my hand, show you my hand. And then when I do this later in the game, third, fourth quarter, that becomes an inside move, meaning a B-gap rush by Van Noy or Clowney. Here is Van Noy, same play, end zone angle. Again, this is a 3rd and 5. This is a huge play. Perhaps DeAndre Hopkins able to catch the football. Point is, he doesn't get a chance to because our guy who seems to be able to make a play from any position on the field understands, I'm not there yet. Let me get my hands up. Beautiful timing, if you ask me. That's the type of that's the type of play where you can tip it and then someone gets an interception solely because you've got a super aware football player. You can already see, by the way, that Clowney's inside move is working here from an outside position. Is going to work and smash into Ryan Tannehill just after he lets go of the football. Those guys are playing with a tremendous amount of force. There's the inside move on his tracks. Doesn't land on Tannehill, so I guess that's why it's not a penalty. In today's day and age, I'm surprised. All right, 2nd and 9. This is late second quarter. This is going to be deep, incomplete pass to Okonkwo down here. And I think it's a pressure by Clowney from the bottom side of the field. It's a great blitz by Queen. We actually use him on consecutive blitzes here. A wonderful job by Marcus Williams, who's clearly playing hurt. We all know that. To get over there and tip the pass from the far side of the field. Queen is running the stunt. His ability to get upfield is really surprising, I think, to offensive linemen and fullbacks early on in games. I feel like this is an opportunity that Clowney should be cutting under, but Queen, I think, is reading this as something he's supposed to get upfield on. For whatever reason, Clowney doesn't cut underneath. Not saying that he's going to make the sack. He actually did get credit for a pressure here, so Clowney's going to go upfield. Queen's going to go upfield, almost defeat the blocking scheme. The pulling left guard gets a piece of him, able to chip him. I think Clowney gets the pressure. Probably should go to Queen, but you never know how people are applying pressures nowadays. So sometimes I think those things are a little bit unreliable, but we have the film here to verify for us. 3rd and 9, very next play. Queen again. This is a sack. He's supposed to be running a stunt here, guys. He's supposed to be picking for the D tackle to cross underneath. And then he realizes, like, oh, shoot, I'm open. This is available. This is a wide open lane. Let me show you the end zone angle so you can see what I'm talking about. This is something that he's been very good at times. Yeah, he got KO'd one time against the Broncos in 2021, or he got knocked down. But otherwise, he's been extremely good at this, trying to pick someone and allow the D tackle to fold underneath. And at a certain point here, he realizes, hey, this lane is wide open. No one's stepping to me. You see him veer off to the guy. He's trying to isolate that running back on our D tackle. And then he realizes, oh, I'm open and available. This is going to be a sack for me. See what I mean? He's trying to clear out this guy here, get him out of the equation, move him in this direction in some manner to force the running back to deal with our folding inside D tackle, which is a complete mismatch. And you can see Jadeveon pushes him in. And oh, by the way, who's coming in there like a bat out of hell? Jadeveon Clowney. The force that he's playing with, check him out. He's on this side here. Wide 9, really like an 11, knocking the crap out of Okonkwo, running over the tackle. I mean, is he playing better than he's played for large majority of his career at times? That's probably an unfair statement, but like this dude's effort is insane. And this type of thing happens multiple times already when he's only been with the Ravens for 6 games at this point. He's been a revelation. Him and Kyle Van Noy, I think, are extremely experienced, and they just bring so much to the table. 4th quarter is when those guys really started to turn it up. This is about 4 minutes left in the game. Clowney's going to finish it off. There's multiple guys there. Jadeveon, Van Noy, and Clowney were just all over the quarterbacks, whether it was Tannehill, Malik Willis, who I accidentally called Patrick Willis yesterday in the video, but this is the same stunt. D tackle's going upfield. I'm elongating the lines here for illustration purposes, and Clowney is cutting underneath. Additionally, an inside rush to the top side for Van Noy is winning. Sometimes these things are reactions by the players. Sometimes I think they're hard-coded. This one, I think, is hard-coded. So Van Noy is running an inside stunt. That's not really exactly the path he goes on. Jadeveon upfield, Clowney folding inside. I think this is designed to get to Malik Willis and leave him the only escape method, scrambling to his left. He's a right-handed quarterback. Look at the burst from Van Noy. That's a 33-year-old dude. I think he's 33, turned 34 this year. Clowney gets credit for the sack, but I don't know. Were you expect how many? If we simulate, people are all about simulations now. If you simulate the first 6 games of the season with Clowney and Van Noy playing far more snaps than David Ojabo and Odafe Owe, how many times in that simulation do we end up with the outcomes that we're getting from both of those guys? I'm not saying that I doubt their ability to keep this up. I'm saying that what they're doing is freaking amazing. And if you're a Ravens front office guy next year and you're talking to veteran edge rushers, I mean, you can look and you could say, hey, 2 years ago, JPP and Justin Houston balled out for pretty much the whole season. We got Justin Houston X amount of dollars the next year. If this keeps up and you're Eric DeCosta, I mean, how can a veteran edge rusher not come here next year if we need one again? All right, inside of 2 minutes now. This is after Tajay Spears' huge play, 49 yards on a screen out of empty. And this is going to be Van Noy for a sack that unfortunately doesn't count. I think it's a penalty on Arthur Mallet or Mallet. The spin move outside and then redirect to get Malik Willis. This guy's not just smart and aware. He's super athletic. Like, he may not be known as a super athletic edge rusher. You know, you got your Von Millers, Micah Parsons, all those guys. Yeah, they're better athletic guys. But the things that he does, How's that not athletic? A spin to the outside, goes to the ground on that turf there in England, and then is able to redirect and sack a second-year quarterback who's incredibly athletic in his own right. I don't know. I haven't been evaluating Ravens film for very long, 3 years at this point. But these two guys is an amazing story. It reminds me of Justin Houston's amazing run over a 4 game stretch last year. And if you've watched my film studies enough, you know that's tremendously high praise because I think Justin Houston is one of a kind. Here's the spin to the outside, go to the ground, and then redirect back to get Willis. Our defense is playing awesome. We'll be severely tested this week against the Lions. With these two guys available, oh, by the way, I think Clowney only played 28 snaps on Sunday, unless the information I saw was incorrect. And Van Noy, let me double check, 32 snaps. I have them combined for 60 snaps. The impact they had, I think, is ridiculous for playing only 60 snaps. Here's an inside move from Clowney up at the top. I believe it's an inside move. Yep, it is. Playing downhill, running right into the quarterback. I like how he ends up on the side. I mean, he did miss a lot of opportunities for sacks early in the season. Tell me what you think. He looks like he's completely in great shape now. He's a guy who seems to play downhill. He seems to play on a 10-degree downslope all the time. Same thing, wide 9. Going to go inside of the left tackle and just win. He ends up in the same gap as Washington, which is interesting. That could be just a read by him or just his move that he planned and not a hard-coded rush that the coaches called. It's a tremendous swim over the left tackle, clean win. Probably got held on his way by, but the burst was so incredible that the hold by the left tackle, almost didn't happen. And then Van Noy, another inside move. I think this one's a spin inside. 1st and 11, 1 minute left in the game, and we're going to get an 9-yard sack by Van Noy. Basically convinces Vrabel after one more incomplete pass, let me go ahead and kick the field goal and then onside kick this thing. Thankfully for Van Noy's sake and his stats, he got credit for this. Clowney almost stole it from him. Those guys, I don't know what their relationship is, but the Clowney and Van Noy sounds like a damn music band to me, something that would pop up from the late 70s. Those guys are tremendous, man. I don't know about you. It is pure fun to watch them and a whole heck of a lot of fun to try to produce videos like that. Their impact, particularly late in the game, thought was amazing. Again, it convinced Vrabel to go ahead and kick the field goal and then try this onside kick, which we know was unsuccessful. Things very easily could have turned out different. Very easily could have been a situation where they score down there inside the 1-yard line. You can question Vrabel and his offensive coordinators' play calling if you wish, but I think these two guys had a tremendous hand in influence and in taking away certain things. Malik Willis, a second-year guy, not expected to be a starter. I understand there's going to be people, non-Ravens fans out there. You guys are only beating backup quarterbacks or Joe Burrow before he's completely healthy. Say what you want. We got 4 wins after 6 weeks. I'll take it. We would definitely like to have 5 wins. I wonder what our record would be if Van Noy had played all 6 weeks. Because he seems, I don't know, I would love to chart it. When he's on the field, good things happen. I don't know what that dynamic is. He's been around so much high-level football in so many places. I'm glad we got these two. I sure as heck would like to see David Ojabo and Odafe Owe out there at some point this season having an impact. But, man, what these guys are giving us, we can't complain at all. It's sure fun to watch. I hope it's fun for those dudes and their career and their agents, because if they keep playing like this, they may not be back in Baltimore next year either, just like Justin Houston. Appreciate you guys' time. Let me know what you think of the film study, what you thought of these two veterans play against the Titans. Sure is fun to watch and try to put together videos like this. Appreciate you guys' time. Please consider sharing the link to this video out on social media if you would like to see this content get more reach.